Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my first ever questions and answers slideshow. So, as I said, episode number 1. So I'm going to jump straight in. I've got a few questions to answer this week. So here goes. Hi, Jack. Can you help me, please? I'm loving the workouts, but absolutely lost about what I should be eating. Should I be calorie counting, weighing, measuring all my foods? How do I know how many calories to have each day? Do I have low fat, fat-free products? Or should I be concentrating on whole foods? All the recipes you put on Dropbox are great, but I have no idea what I should be eating. High protein, low carb. Any guidance would be appreciated. So, number 1, should I be calorie counting, weighing, and measuring all my food? Yes, I believe that everyone should initially start with tracking calories. It's a great way to find out how many calories are in the foods you love, just to get an understanding. It helps massively to achieve your goals if it's fat loss or weight gain. It's sort of great to know how many calories are in all the foods that you love. So you don't have to count calories forever, but short term, it will give you a great understanding of how many calories are in the foods you love and crave. No matter what results you see, everything comes down to calories in and calories out. So calories are found in pretty much all foods and drink, except calorie-free options and water. Calories control your weight no matter what the diet plan you follow. There's more about this coming up shortly. And to keep it really, really simple, if you eat more calories than you burn through daily movements, you gain weight. If you eat less calories and burn more calories through movement, you lose weight. That's how simple it can be. So is it really that simple? Yes. For fat loss and weight gain, calories in, calories out is the way forward. But the only thing to watch out for is when you start looking at health, calories in, calories out, or the calories you consume throughout the day, it can be quite unhealthy, as in the foods that you eat can be not very nutritious. So if you tracked 2,000 calories of chocolate, you will lose weight. However, you'll feel rubbish and you've got none of the goodness from whole foods and from more nutritious food. So just make sure you're aware that calorie tracking is really, really good, but you want a bit of both. You want foods that you love and also good quality foods. So work that around sort of your daily life. So going a little bit more about that whole food and junk foods, 500 calories of junk food or non-nutritious food versus 500 calories of whole foods. They are the same for fat loss, but not for health. So if your goal is fat loss, perfect. You can get away with eating a couple of chocolate bars and stick it in your daily calorie allowance. But if you can have chicken breasts and vegetables or other nutritious foods, that's also a good way forward. So you want a combination of both. So you still want the food you love and that you crave, but also look at your nutrition from a sort of a nutritious point of view as well. Is it fresh? Is it home cooked? A lot of color, a lot of mixture of food to basically feel good as well as look good. You don't want to feel absolutely rubbish. You want to feel good at the same time. You want to be able to go to the toilet because you're getting the fiber in through nutritious food, and it's you'll feel overall better eating better quality food. So number 2, how do I know how many calories to have each day? So we're going to talk about fat loss and how many calories you need for a fat loss. So it's your goal body weight in pounds times 10 to 11. So just an example, if your goal body weight is 180 pounds, you would need to eat between 1,800 calories and 1,980 calories a day. This is for fat loss. So you need to weigh in every week at the same time, the same place, with the same clothing after going to the toilet, and check that your calorie goal is working for you. You would only adjust your calories every like 4 weeks. So you want to track your calories consistently, honestly, and you need to be sort of accountable for what you do every day. And then after 4 weeks, if you've tracked everything, perfect. And you can then decide from there if you want to reduce the calories or increase the calories. So if you are dropping less than half a pound a week, you might want to reduce your calories by 100 a day. If you're dropping 3-4 pound a week, you need to increase your calories per day. So you can sort of customize the calories to you after about a month of tracking, but just make sure you track everything in the beginning to get used to the app, and don't change too many things at once. So what's needed for tracking your calories? I use an app called MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. You can pay for premium, but it's entirely up to you. The normal download is great. You need some kitchen scales. So when you're cooking your food, you weigh your food out, you chuck it in to cook, and then you scan the packet that food come in, and then you just input how many grams that food is. You also need some bathroom scales. So ideally you're weighing at the start of your journey and then every week, and then you can adjust your calories to your weight loss results. I've chucked this in. This wasn't a question, but you need a large you need a large bottle of water or a jug. So you can sort of drink a lot of water throughout the day as well. A measurement jug, and a smartphone to take photos, and tape measurement to take sort of all your other results. So tracking your food, weigh everything you eat and drink, no matter what it is. You need to be honest and need to take responsibility for your own results. A lot of people, they get to the weekend and they stop tracking because they know they're going to go out and they completely binge. They eat way too much food, and it sort of undoes all the hard work from Monday to Friday. You can't have that yo-yo sort of cycle. So keep on track at weekends, no weekends off. I'm not saying you can't go out and have fun, just pre-plan that food or drink in advance. So if you know you're going out, look at the menu in advance, input that food, input say 2 drinks, and then eat the rest of your calories throughout the day before you go out. So for the first 4 weeks, don't start a crazy diet. I just want people to start tracking their food. So anything that you currently love and you crave, just track it, eat it, but make sure you hit your calories that has been set for you. So don't really change too much for the first 4 weeks. Continue to eat the food you love. So never just sort of take it out your sort of daily plan, because you're only setting yourself up to fail. So you need a little bit of what you actually love in there. So if it's a muffin a day, 350 calories from a muffin and then 1,500 calories from Whole Foods is going to be perfect. You're still getting a bit of what you love. Changing your habits over time, like I mentioned, is sort of the way forward. Don't jump into it too much. Never, what they say is never run before you can walk. So don't sort of jump into things too quickly. Remember to drink about 2 to 3 liters of water for females and 3 to 4 liters of water for males. That's sort of the new sort of evidence, sort of backed up of how much you need to drink, really. So weigh yourself weekly, same time, same place. After going to the toilet, try and keep everything the same. And then 3, stay consistent, because a lot of people, they struggle to stay consistent for 3-4 days, let alone 3-4 years. Like I said, people go too hard into a diet and they can only last a few days, and then they get to the weekend and they go, well, bugger it, we'll start on Monday. And then Monday happens, and then they eat really well again for 2 days, and then they binge again for 5 days. And then it's sort of every week they're getting heavier and heavier and further away from their goals. So you need to stay consistent. So eat foods you love, track your calories, and over time, change the nutritional value and the quality of foods you eat. So question number 3, do I have to eat low-fat, fat-free products, or should I be concentrating on whole foods? So remember, for fat loss, it is calories in, calories out. So it's not necessary to eat nothing but whole foods. But when you come to think of your health, it is definitely better to eat sort of whole foods over non-nutritious foods. But for fat loss, there isn't a massive, there isn't no difference between calories in and calories out, as in you can get away with eating the foods you love, but just make sure you think of your health along the way. For health, whole foods are better, but for fat loss, there's not really any difference between the calories. If you have time to cook whole foods and track your calories, that's perfect. But if you're on the go and you need to pick up a meal deal, then that's life. It gets in the way. Track the calories from your sandwich, your crisps, your chocolate. It'll probably be about 1,200 calories. Absolutely fine. You've tracked your calories. You're still on your fat loss journey. That's life. Just make it work around your daily sort of duties, really. So fat-free or not fat-free, full fat foods from a health point of view are actually probably better. They've been less processed. So the nutritional value will be higher, but fat-free foods are usually lower in calories. So when you're on a fat loss journey and you're trying to eat as much food for as little calories, then fat-free might be a better option. Also, it could be higher in protein. Things like low-fat mayo over normal mayo, there's a massive calorie difference between the two. So just from changing full fat mayo to light mayo, if you have a lot of mayo, then you're saving calories there. Spray 1 calorie olive oil sprays over, drizzle everything in olive oil. A lot of calories are saved there. So, and also go for low calorie, calorie-free drinks. You can consume so many calories just by your coffees. You're on your way, you stop at Starbucks, you're drinking 400 calories worth of coffee. Just have a black coffee or water if you if you're trying to save a few calories. Either way, if you can eat full fat foods and fit those calories in your day, go for it. If you struggle to stay in your calories, then you might want to look at lower fat options because they are better in calories, or lower in calories, not better, they're lower. So number 4, all the recipes on your Dropbox are great, but I have no idea what I should be eating. High protein, low carb. Well, the first thing to be aware, all meal plans, all diets have the same thing in common, and it puts you in a calorie deficit. So when you look at the ketogenic diet, so a higher fat, lower carb, there's nearly no carbs in the diet with high amounts of protein and high amounts of fat and moderate protein. So you've taken the calories out from carbohydrates and you're tracking your fats and your protein. So you're in a calorie deficit, you're tracking your calories. Let's look at low fat. Eating lower fat foods. So most of the calories come from protein and carbs. Again, you're taking calories out from fats and you're tracking your protein and carb content. So you're in a calorie deficit. So any recipe that you see that you like the look of, then sort of download that recipe, scan it into MyFitnessPal. You can even search in MyFitnessPal and it's in there. Then you can eat that food you love. So make sure you can consistently do that. So if that's a food you see yourself eating in 3-4 months' time, that's the right recipe for you. If you eat it and you absolutely hate it, try having more carbohydrates in your diet. It just depends what you enjoy. So if you're more of a carbohydrate sort of person, go for higher carbs. If you fancy more of like fruits and vegetables, have sort of the lower starchy carbohydrate options and the higher protein. Either way, it's the calories that matter. So I hope that helps. So as I mentioned, the style or method of eating is entirely up to you. As long as you can eat that sort of recipe for a long period of time, then yeah, that's the one for you. Have a good mixture of foods you love and crave, and you will get results as long as you're in that calorie deficit. There's also a thing in the UK, if people are watching this from abroad, Gusto. It's sort of food box order. It's really, really good. It sends you all the ingredients in one box. So you don't have to go out of the house. You can pick through the app what meals you want, and it's all calorie controlled. So if you're just getting into cooking whole foods or different recipes, a thing like Gusto might be a good option. And again, I'm not selling nothing. I'm just recommending what I know that works for me and my clients. But remember, no matter the plan you pick, a calorie deficit is for fat loss and your food quality is for your health. But the consistency of you tracking those calories will see you have the results. So whatever you do, if you want to, say, eat 50-50, so 50% of the foods you love and crave that's not quite nutritious, and 50% of your day is full nutritious fruits, veggies, good proteins, and you can do that for life, that's the best diet to sort of stick to. Ideally, more whole foods for health, but as long as the calories are there, it doesn't matter too much for fat loss. So, questions and answers recap. A calorie deficit is the only way for fat loss. There is no other way out there that works. It is a calorie deficit. All other diets, they cover up the fat loss. Is down to like sins and points, but it's just no way to track calories. You don't have to track calories for life, but it's good to educate yourself with how many calories are in the foods you love. Track via MyFitnessPal. Remember, all diet clubs work because you're in a calorie deficit, and it's not down to them, it's down to you. So if you stop and start going from diets all the time, realize it's actually down to you to get those results and not down to that diet club. You can join the best diet club, you can join the best gym, but if you're not in a calorie deficit and you're not staying consistent, then you're not going to get results. 0.5 pounds to 1.5 pounds per week loss is perfect. Anything less, you might want to reduce the calories. Anything more, increase the calories. This is a long process. You don't want to rush your results. Enjoy the foods, enjoy your life, make it work for you. Eat whole foods if you can to feel good. For optimum health, drink 2 to 3 liters of water for females, 3 to 4 liters of water for males, and make sure you track all your results from photos, measurements, weigh-ins, how you feel. Are you lifting more in the gym? Are you feeling stronger? And the main thing is to be honest, stay accountable, and stay consistent. That's a lot of things. A lot of issues that I see is that people aren't honest with themselves, and they seem to blame a lot of other people apart from themselves. But actually, if we're in a calorie deficit, if you're consistent, if you're walking every day, if you're keeping active, if you're aiming for 10, 15,000 steps a day, if you're drinking water, if you do that over time, you will get results. And if you don't do all that, then you're going to be in this yo-yo cycle for the rest of your life. So until you be honest and stay accountable and you stay consistent, you're not going to see those results that you're after. Final thoughts. I'm going to add this on every week. A couple of final thoughts. Surround yourself with positive people. Tell your family and friends that you need their support, and keep distant from those who don't want to support you and your goals. I'm not saying avoid all friends that want to drag you out and party every weekend, but sometimes your friends and family need to know that you are on a path that is going to help you at the end of the day. Set small weekly goals, stay on track, and again, stay consistent. So that's it. Q&A, week 1. Thank you for watching, and make sure you sort of like and subscribe. This is going to go on YouTube as well. So ask me anything health and fitness or workout related. Send me an email with your questions. It's jack@groupfitwiltshire.co.uk. And yeah, let me help you see results and smash all your challenges ahead. Thank you.